as a living experiment, I'm here to tell this audience that it is true that what you do with your sexual energy is going to redound to your health. And there, if you know, you can be a celibate person. If you don't have a way to work with that sexual energy in some way other than sex, then you're in trouble. So if you go look to the East, you look at yoga, they have entire traditions built around the Kama Sutra and what to do with sexual energy. I mean, it's, head spinning how many things, books and whatnot have been written on that. And a lot of that's been bastardized in the West and turned into essentially a pornographic um, machine. You're like, yeah, Kama Sutra, do all these different sex poses, and have sex all the time. I mean, that's essentially what a lot of the yoga people end up doing with that knowledge because they don't understand it.
Mm.
But in China, in the East, they completely understand it. And what's interesting is how they don't really talk about it that much. And it's almost like they want us. It's like, go ahead, Western man. Keep living your life the way that you think is so great and you think you're a big hot shot studly guy. Well, go ahead. I'll be 80 years old and still running around kicking if you'll be dropping dead at 50.
Mm.
And I'm not saying that that actually is the case, but I am saying that I noticed, and I'm a living experiment that the ability to hang on to your jing. And by the way, this gets us into a whole discussion of like, well, can you still have sex? And the answer is yes. That's what all of those tantric yogic systems are about. The Chinese have their own tantra as well. And it is possible to pass sexual energy back and forth. In fact, as far as the sharing goes between chi, the best sharing is a female and a male. When the female and the male share their chi, you have a complete Taiji Tu, yin yang. Okay, so what we had was a sick female between two very masculine men, and we were both destroyed. I was sick too. I was sick for 5 days. It felt like the flu,
Hmm.
achy all over,
Mm.
dizzy, weak, confused, and I don't think she actually got any better. Um,
Mm.
she never really. There were several people that never really got the pulse that I could tell because you knew like when you got it. There was no question. You want to, yeah, I felt that. But when
Yeah.
people went, I think I feel something, I'm like, you didn't feel it. You're not there. Now that doesn't mean, I mean, some people get it slowly, but that is really the meat of it. And you can do martial arts with this. I
Yeah.
personally believe the actual martial art movements help um, the flow of chi. And the reason I say that, and it's better than karate and these other martial arts like kickboxing. Your hands are just stuck here like this the whole time. I mean, jab and so on. But in long fist, your hands are like doing these big sweeping movements, moving around like that. Da, 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 da. There's just a lot of range of motion. And the internal arts, the same way. The hands are these full, complete whole body movements, joint by joint by joint movement, all the way down to the pinky ring finger. And when you can feel your chi, you really can appreciate those movements. And so the way that most people learn this in the West is back assward. They learn movement. They learn it in a state of mind that's physical, bodybuilder, football player type of physicality. So you don't really feel these subtleties. It's more quick twitch, get it done, long as it superficially looks right. You're not feeling anything internally.
Hmm.
But the Chinese way, the way that I was taught, was that you feel internally, and then then the martial arts become meaningful. And that
Hmm.
was truly, I think, the unique thing about the Three Emperors, which is the start of it all.